Ladies and gentlemen, there is a silent thief that walks beside you every single day. You cannot see him, you cannot hear him, and yet he robs you more than anyone else ever could. That thief is time wasted. Every tick of the clock is a warning, every second a reminder that your life is slipping away, not in great leaps, but in quiet seconds that disappear while you hesitate, scroll, gossip, complain, and wait for someday. The most dangerous illusion in life is the belief that you have time to waste. You do not. Life is not lost in a single dramatic event. It's lost minute by minute, distraction by distraction, excuse by excuse. The greatest tragedy of wasted time is not the hours you lose, but the potential that dies with them. Every minute spent doing nothing meaningful is a minute that could have been used to master a skill, build your dream, strengthen your mind, or move one step closer to your purpose. Think about it. Everyone, rich or poor, young or old, is given the same 24 hours. Yet some people use those hours to build empires while others spend them wishing, talking, or watching. The difference is not in opportunity, it's in discipline. The person who values time becomes unstoppable. The one who ignores it becomes invisible. Time is the raw material of life, the foundation upon which your destiny is built. You cannot buy more of it. You cannot store it. You cannot recover it once it's gone. The wealthy cannot purchase an extra hour. The wise simply use their hour better. Every day is a deposit into the bank of your future, and one day you will have to withdraw from what you've invested. If your account is empty, if you've filled your days with waste, you will have nothing left but regret. You say you want success. You say you want to change your life. But do your actions honor your words? Because dreams without disciplined use of time are nothing but fantasy. Success demands urgency. It demands that you treat every moment as sacred, every opportunity as precious, every day as a battlefield between action and procrastination. Understand this. Time is not waiting for your motivation. It moves with or without you. Whether you act or not, the clock continues its march. The question is, will you march with it, or will you let it leave you behind? Every wasted moment compounds against you. Every disciplined moment compounds for you. Time multiplies effort. What you consistently do with your hours becomes your future. If you waste 1 hour daily in distraction, that's 365 hours a year. Nearly 15 full days lost to nothing. 15 days that could have built your body, your business, your vision. That's how mediocrity is born, not through failure, but through neglect. The person who succeeds does not have more talent, more resources, or more luck. They simply refuse to let a single hour go without purpose. They live by principle, not impulse. They treat time as their master teacher and refuse to let distractions steal it away. So today, I ask you, what are you doing with your hours? Who is stealing your time? Where does your energy go? Because every moment you lose is gone forever. You can rebuild money, relationships, and health, but never time. Guard it. Respect it. Use it with precision. Because the one who commands their time commands their destiny. And when you learn to stop wasting it, you'll realize something extraordinary. That greatness was never hiding from you. You were simply hiding from the discipline that time demanded. Your life is your clock. Make every tick count. My friends, there is one word more dangerous than failure, more seductive than comfort, and more destructive than fear. That word is later. Later is the dream killer. Later is the great deceiver. It whispers softly in your ear, "You'll start tomorrow. You have plenty of time. You can rest for now." And before you realize it, those tomorrows have turned into months, those months into years, and your dreams have silently died, not because you lacked ability, but because you believed you had time. The illusion of later. is the poison that paralyzes ambition. It convinces you that delay is harmless, that waiting is wise, that circumstances will one day become perfect. But life never waits for your convenience. The world belongs to those who act, not to those who postpone. Success is impatient. It visits only those who dare to move now. Look around you. The graveyards are full of people who planned to begin someday. People who said they'd chase their dream after the bills were paid, after the children grew, after they felt ready. But that day never came, because later doesn't exist. There is no future moment more powerful than the present one you are wasting right now. Every second you delay is a second stolen from your potential. Every "I'll do it tomorrow" is a silent agreement with mediocrity. The truth is brutal but liberating. You are running out of tomorrows. The illusion of later is built on fear. Fear of failure. Fear of imperfection. Fear of beginning. You wait because you think you need more time to be ready. But readiness doesn't come before action. It comes through action. You don't become ready and then start. You start, and through the struggle, you become ready. The successful understand this truth deeply. They act when they're uncertain. They move when they're afraid. They take imperfect steps while others are still planning their perfect ones. The difference between success and failure is rarely intelligence or talent. It's urgency. Time has a strange rule. Those who respect it are rewarded with more of it. Those who waste it find it slipping faster. When you use your time wisely, your life expands. But when you waste it, your days shrink into regret. Ask yourself, how many opportunities have you already missed because you waited for the right moment? How many doors closed because you hesitated to knock? How many relationships, businesses, or ideas faded because you said, "Not yet"? The clock is ticking whether you act or not. So what are you waiting for? The right timing, the right motivation, the right people. Let me tell you, if you wait for all the lights to turn green before you start your journey, you'll never leave your driveway. Progress demands movement, not perfection. When you say later, what you really mean is never. And life hears you clearly. It withdraws its opportunities, its energy, its enthusiasm. You become a prisoner of postponement, trapped in a cycle of almost successful, almost alive. But the good news is, you can break that cycle right now. You can decide today that later no longer exists in your vocabulary. Replace later with no. Replace hesitation with courage. Replace excuses with action. You don't need another sunrise to begin. You only need to decide. The universe respects those who act with conviction. When you move, doors open. When you wait, they close. Remember this truth? Life is not something you prepare for. It's something you participate in. There is no future that will suddenly make you ready. Readiness is a myth. Action is reality. So stop saying later. The clock doesn't believe you. Your destiny doesn't wait for you. Begin now, because later is the lie that kills more dreams than failure ever will. And when you finally act with urgency, you'll discover a power you never knew existed. The power of now, the only moment that truly belongs to you. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no power greater than discipline. It is the bridge between desire and destiny, between dreams and reality, between who you are and who you can become. Discipline is the keeper of time, the guardian that protects your minutes, the shield that guards your focus, and the foundation upon which all success is built. Most people lose time not because they lack hours, but because they lack control. They drift through their days reacting instead of directing. They wake without purpose, scroll without meaning, speak without progress, and end their day wondering where it went. But the truth is, the undisciplined person is the easiest prey for wasted time. Without discipline, time slips through your fingers like sand, and you will never know where it went until it's gone. You cannot manage time. Time manages itself. What you can manage is you. Discipline is how you do it. It is the art of controlling your mind, your habits, and your environment to serve your vision instead of destroy it. Discipline begins with a decision, the decision to live by design, not by default. It demands that you replace comfort with commitment, distraction with direction, and impulse with intention. It asks you to do what must be done, especially when you don't feel like doing it. Because the truth is, the difference between the successful and the unsuccessful is not that one feels motivated while the other doesn't. It's that one acts regardless of how they feel. Motivation is temporary. It burns hot but fades fast. Discipline, however, is permanent. It is the steady flame that keeps burning when motivation dies. Discipline doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't negotiate. It simply executes. Every minute you waste is a moment when discipline was absent. Every goal you abandon is a reflection of the discipline you refuse to practice. Time is fair to all, but it only bends to those who are disciplined enough to use it with precision. Think of discipline as the invisible clock inside you, one that never stops ticking. It doesn't care how tired you are, how uninspired you feel, or how unfair life seems. It only asks, will you keep your promise to yourself today? Because if you break that promise often enough, time will break its promise to you. The disciplined person doesn't wait for perfect conditions, they create them. They rise early, plan their day, execute with focus, and end with reflection. They don't need applause, and they don't seek validation. Their reward is progress, and progress is the greatest satisfaction known to the human soul. Every small act of discipline, every early morning, every focused hour, every task completed despite fatigue, compounds over time. It builds character, consistency, and confidence. It turns ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. Understand this discipline is not punishment. It is freedom. It liberates you from the chaos of wasted time. It frees you from regret, confusion, and mediocrity. It gives you the power to say no. No to distractions, no to laziness, no to anything that doesn't serve your purpose. When you become disciplined, time stops being your enemy and becomes your ally. You stop chasing it and start commanding it. You move from survival to mastery. You begin to live life on your own terms because discipline gives you authority over your minutes, your actions, and your destiny. So, build the muscle of discipline one decision at a time. Start small. Keep promises to yourself. Wake up when you said you would. Work when you said you would. Rest only when you've earned it. Because every time you follow through, you train your mind to obey your purpose instead of your emotions. Discipline is the keeper of time and the key to freedom. Without it, you will forever serve the clock. With it, the clock will serve you. So, choose discipline over comfort. Choose consistency over chaos. Choose control over impulse. Because the moment you master discipline, you no longer chase time, you command it. Ladies and gentlemen, time is the most powerful force in the universe. It compounds, it multiplies, and it quietly magnifies everything you feed into it. Whether progress or procrastination, growth or decay, excellence or excuses. Time does not care what you plant, it only multiplies the seeds you sow. If you plant discipline, time grows success. If you plant excuses, time grows regret. That is the law of compounding, invisible, impartial, and unstoppable. Most people underestimate this power because they think in moments, not in years. They want instant gratification, instant results, instant rewards. But the truth is, greatness is never built overnight. It is built over time through daily deposits of effort, focus, and purpose. Time rewards those who respect its process. It punishes those who try to cheat it. Think of time as a mirror. It reflects exactly what you give it. Waste an hour today, and you lose not just 60 minutes, you lose a fragment of your potential, a piece of what you could have become. But invest that hour wisely, in study, in creation, in discipline, and time will return it to you multiplied. The small actions you repeat every day create compounding results. One page of reading a day becomes a library of wisdom in a year. 1 hour of focused work each morning can build an empire over a decade. The person who dedicates consistent, intentional time toward one purpose becomes unstoppable, while those who waste their hours become prisoners of regret. The compounding power of time is both a blessing and a curse. It depends on how you use it. Time compounds laziness just as easily as it compounds effort. The person who says, "I'll skip just one day," rarely skips just one. That small neglect grows into a habit, and that habit grows into failure. But the one who says, "I'll improve just a little today," awakens the law of momentum, and momentum is the foundation of mastery. You must learn to think long term. The undisciplined mind wants quick returns, but the wise understand that time is the great multiplier. Every hour you spend developing yourself today will return to you in the form of opportunities, confidence, and success tomorrow. The secret to success is not speed, it's consistency. The tortoise wins not because it's fast, but because it never stops. One drop of water may seem weak, but given enough time, it can carve a mountain. That's what consistency does. It transforms small effort into permanent achievement. Stop chasing overnight success. Stop expecting immediate results. Your life is a product of what you repeatedly do, not once, but daily. You cannot plant seeds of distraction and expect a harvest of greatness. You cannot waste time and hope to become powerful. You cannot live without direction and expect your future to be extraordinary. Every second counts because every second compounds. What you do in the next hour might seem small, but repeated over time, it shapes your destiny. Success is not an event, it's a timeline built from thousands of disciplined decisions. Remember, time amplifies your actions. If you waste it, it will magnify your failure. If you use it wisely, it will magnify your results. That's why you must live with intention. Each day is a brick, and your years are the structure you build with them. The strength of your future depends on how carefully you place today's brick. The compounding power of time is not a theory, it's a law. You can't escape it. You can only choose how it serves you. If you waste today, time will make you pay tomorrow. But if you invest today, time will make you rich, not just in money, but in purpose, confidence, and peace. So, my friends, guard your minutes and invest your hours. Refuse to spend time on things that bring no return, because when you use time wisely, it becomes your greatest ally. When you waste it, it becomes your greatest enemy. The compounding power of time is always at work. The only question is, will it multiply your excuses or your excellence? My friends, every heartbeat is a reminder that your life is counting down. The clock is not ticking forward, it's ticking away. From the moment you were born, an invisible timer began, and with every passing second, it quietly consumes the one thing you can never recover: time. You may not see it, you may not feel it, but make no mistake, the countdown is real. Whether you act or not, the hands keep moving. Whether you create or complain, the clock doesn't stop. And one day, it will strike your final hour. The question is not whether that hour will come. It's whether you'll be proud of how you used the time that led to it. Every wasted minute is a piece of your life you'll never get back. People talk about saving money, collecting wealth, preserving energy, but few ever talk about saving time, the only true currency of existence. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose health and restore it with care. But when you lose time, it is gone forever. You must live as if your time is limited, because it is. The person who believes they have endless days lives carelessly. The person who knows their time is short-lives deliberately. One lives in distraction, the other lives in purpose. One drifts, the other designs. Think about it. If you were told you had only 1 year left to live, how differently would you spend your days? Would you waste them scrolling through meaningless distractions, gossiping about others, or dwelling on fear? Or would you finally write that book, build that dream, make that call, take that chance, and live with fire in your heart? That urgency, that intensity, is how you should live every single day. Not in panic, but in purpose. Because your life is a countdown, and every second is precious beyond measure. Time is not your enemy, it is your teacher. It teaches you what truly matters. It humbles you, reminding you that the greatest luxury is not gold or fame, it's another morning. Every sunrise is a silent invitation to begin again, to do better, to live fuller. But too many people ignore that invitation. They live as though they are immortal, as though tomorrow is guaranteed. It is not. The only time you truly own is now. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is a promise you haven't earned, and today is all you have. So make today your masterpiece. Use every hour to move closer to your purpose, to become the person you were designed to be. When you start to see your life as a countdown, everything changes. You stop wasting energy on trivial things. You stop arguing, complaining, and comparing. You stop living on autopilot. You begin to value silence, focus, and growth. You start saying no to distractions and yes to what matters. You begin to live by design, not by accident. There is no greater tragedy than reaching the end of your time and realizing you never truly lived, that you were busy, but not productive, present, but not purposeful, surrounded, yet disconnected from your own destiny. But you can change that story today. You can begin now. Every decision from this moment forward either extends your purpose or shortens your legacy. The choice is yours. So, stop wasting time waiting for one day. Start living as if your life depends on this day, because it does. Do what your heart has been whispering for years. Chase the vision that keeps you awake at night. Take the step you've been postponing. Speak the truth you've been holding back. Because time is not slowing down, and your destiny will not wait forever. Your life is a countdown, and while you can't control when it ends, you can control what it means. Make it a story worth remembering. Make it a masterpiece carved in purpose, passion, and persistence. The clock is ticking, not to scare you, but to remind you that you are alive. Use every second as proof that you were here for a reason. Because in the end, the greatest achievement is not how long you lived, but how much life you put into the time you were given. My friends, you have heard the truth. That time is the silent thief of greatness. The illusion of later is a poison. Discipline is the keeper of your hours, and that time itself compounds every seed you plant, for better or for worse. Now there is only one truth left to face. Your life is a countdown, and the clock is in your hands. Look within yourself for a moment. How many dreams have you delayed? How many visions have you buried under fear? How many times have you told yourself, "I'll start tomorrow"? And yet here you are, still waiting, still planning, still hoping for a perfect moment that never arrives. The truth, my friend, is that the perfect moment will never come. The only perfect time is now. Now is the moment to rise. Now is the moment to act. Now is the moment to take your power back from the distractions, the doubts, and the excuses that have stolen too many of your days. Every second that passes carries a message: use me or lose me. Each minute you let drift away is a piece of your destiny dissolving into nothingness. But each minute you command, each minute you fill with focus, courage, and purpose, becomes a building block of greatness. Stop wasting time. Stop giving your hours to things that don't move you forward. Stop living like you have forever. Because you don't. Life doesn't wait for the hesitant. It rewards the decisive. It honors those who act. You were not born to waste time. You were born to make time matter. You were born to turn hours into impact, days into destiny, and years into legacy. The people who rise in this world are not the lucky ones. They are the ones who made a sacred covenant with time. They decided that every morning would serve their vision, that every choice would feed their mission, that no second would be left unused. They lived with urgency, not fear, with focus, not distraction, with intention, not idleness. And now it is your turn. The choice is standing before you like an open door. You can walk through it and take command of your time, or you can stay where you are and watch the clock take command of you. If you want to change your life, you must first change your relationship with time. Stop measuring your days by comfort and start measuring them by contribution. Stop counting the hours you've lived and start asking what those hours have built. Because in the end, time will ask only one question of you. What did you do with me? Answer it with conviction. Answer it with proof. Answer it with a life so full of purpose that not a single second was wasted. So rise, my friend. Rise with the fire of urgency. Rise with the clarity of purpose. Rise with the wisdom that every heartbeat is a countdown to destiny. And when your time is done, let it be said that you did not just live. You used your time to leave a mark that can never be erased. Your time is now. Your hour has come. Stop wasting it and start living it.